It's time to get your morning started with the news you need to know.
News update.
This is what's trending with DJ and PK. Hashtag NBA.
The Brooklyn Nets fired head coach Jacque Vaughn yesterday after 2+ seasons, a 71-68 regular season record, and an 0-8 mark in the NBA playoffs. Assistant coach Kevin Ollie was promoted to interim head coach for the remaining 28 games this season. He played in the NBA for 13 years, won the 2014 NCAA title at UConn. The Nets, ready to put them as a team running in place, PK? Or had you already done that?
I think they're rebuilding. So, there you go. I mean, Kevin Ollie, he's a Cougar. He went to Crenshaw High School. I walked the halls.
Los Angeles.
Yeah. He's a Crenshaw Cougar and then went all the way over to UConn to play.
Minnesota Timberwolves have agreed to a 2-year contract extension with point guard Mike Conley. The deal's worth $22 million. Shooting 44% from the three-point line this year. He's second in the NBA in assist-to-turnover ratio. They're battling for the top spot in the West, so he gets 2 years and $22 million to keep it going. Surprised at all that Conley has extended his career a little further here?
No. I mean, if they keep offering him contracts, he's going to keep signing them.
That's true. Are you surprised that they offered it? He's 36, 2 more years, 38. This is pretty advanced age to be playing at this high level.
Okay. I mean, you love yourself some Mike Conley. If he's playing at a high level, you say so.
Laker star LeBron James said he hopes to end his career with the franchise. I'm a Laker, and I'm happy, and I've been very happy being a Laker the last 6 years, and hopefully it stays that way. But I don't have the answer to how long it is or which uniform I'll be in. Hopefully it's with the Lakers. It's a great organization. So many greats, but we'll see.
You know, I heard that comment, the thing that really caught my eye is, wow, it's already been 6 years? It doesn't seem like it's been that long.
Time flies.
It do.
DJ and PK.
Hashtag college basketball.
This has been the most unenjoyable experience I've had since I've been coaching.
Do you have any second thoughts of taking this job?
No, not at all. It's not St. John's. It's my team. I think they're very respectful. They hear, but they don't listen. It's taken me a month to get them to throw bounce passes. Actually, 2 months to throw bounce passes. Just thinking of getting ready for Georgetown because Georgetown could definitely beat us. I'm not even thinking of the future at all. I'm just thinking of the next game and the next game and the next game, and that's it.
Rick Pitino, not happy. St. John's Red Storm, 14-12, 6-9 in the Big East. Only a couple teams beneath them in the standings. It's not St. John's, it's my team.
I don't understand what that means.
He recruited the wrong guys.
So I thought he might have been in the 2017-18 season when he was suspended for an oversight of an escort sex scandal, or
that could have been the worst.
Then he was implicated in an FBI investigation, or at least a federal investigation involving bribes to recruits, which led to him being fired from. I would have thought that was worse than losing a few ball games here.
Nope. This is it right here. It's a lack of bounce passes.
If you're spending more than 5 minutes, something's wrong. You just put the ball in a downward trajectory, and it's guaranteed to bounce.
There's a couple drills that we went through as little kids. We learned to do that. Yeah. BYU facing Baylor. Ranked teams, 25th ranked Cougars, 11th ranked Baylor Bears. Marriott Center tonight, 7 o'clock. BYU needing to bounce back after the road loss at Oklahoma State. Keep splitting, PK. That's been your mantra. So far they've done it, 6-6. It was a hard week with Baylor at home and at K-State. Got to find a way to win one of them.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah. Baylor, very good. But, they beat Iowa State. Iowa State's a top 10 team. Beat them at home. Lost last night to Houston down in Houston. So there's no reason to think why they can't win. And obviously they've already beaten Kansas State, which lost to Texas last night. So
Opportunity is there. It's not impossible.
Not at all.
Bears are 8-4 in conference. Cougars are 6-6. Utah State with a big game at home tonight at the Spectrum. Scotty G's going to have the call here on the Zone. San Diego State and Utah State tied for first place in the conference at 9-4. Winner gets sole possession of the top spot. Aggies coming off a loss to CSU. 7 o'clock, CBS Sports Network. You like the Aggies' chances at home, where they've been really good?
Always.
Or San Diego State worries you?
Nothing worries me about a ball game, but they're capable of going in there and winning. But yeah, I would favor Utah State at home, just like I favored San Diego State at home when they beat Utah State last month.
81-67 in San Diego. The Aztecs got the win. Will there be payback tonight? Scotty G, 6:30 with the pregame, 7 o'clock on the air right here on the Zone with the game. DJ and PK.
Hashtag NFL.
Some of these owners are a little bit afraid of him, and the general managers and the personnel people in the organization, they're really afraid of him because they think that if he comes in, they're going to lose their job. Bill is upfront about it. He said, hey, I don't need to be in charge of everything. That's what happened up in New England, but he's more than willing to give up some of the personnel decisions to the general manager and the personnel people.
That's Jimmy Johnson, longtime NFL commentator. Says he spent time with Bill Belichick recently, and Belichick's okay giving up the power. My guess is the GM and the player personnel decision people figure, yeah, that's what he says when he comes in the door, but after he's here a little while, he's going to go to the owner and want us out. Trust, where is it? Everybody protecting their job and their salary, PK. This surprises you not at all.
What's Bill protecting?
Bill, I think, will want the power once he's been in an organization for a while. And the GM and the player personnel decision makers are protecting the power and the jobs they have. Don't bring Bill in here. If I argue with him, he's going to go to the owner, and then I'm going to lose.
Well, then you need to have a stronger relationship with the owner.
Or not let Bill in the door at first.
I don't know. After a period of time at his age, does he have a period of time?
Minnesota Vikings are intent on re-signing Kirk Cousins this offseason, but a report from Sports Illustrated says the franchise isn't willing to give him a fully guaranteed deal like he signed previously. He's been with the franchise 6 years. He's coming off an Achilles tear. You get why they don't want to guarantee money to someone coming off an Achilles? I mean, it might go well, but it might not. So stay away from the fully guaranteed money.
Okay.
Former Dallas Cowboys wide receiver Des Bryant hit a 13-leg college basketball parlay and won $400,000 on the wager. $767 wager. Just missed on another parlay bet that would have paid out over $1 million. But Cal beat Washington and spoiled that bet.
Fetchin' Matson.
Dang it. Wonder if we'll be hearing Charles Barkley-like stories about Des Bryant. Is this just the tip of the iceberg here?
In terms of what?
How much is he gambling? 13-leg college basketball parlays.
He's gambling a lot. He's become pretty vocal on his sports betting.
It's what gamblers do.
Yep. DJ and PK.
Hashtag college football.
Pac-12 named Teresa Gould as their new commissioner. She'll take over March 1, a day after George Klavkov steps down February 29th. Gould will become the first ever female commissioner of an autonomous 5 conference and will work with Washington State and Oregon State to rebuild the Pac-12 after 10 members left for other conferences.
What the heck does an autonomous 5 mean?
Not group of 5, but they can't use Power 5. And they prefer autonomous 5.
It's Power 5.
It's Power
Who's
5.
they?
The Power 5.
Why can't they use Power 5?
They liked autonomous 5. Like, we do our own thing, and other people are like, yeah, you have the power to do whatever you want. I don't know. Seems like wordplay.
What do you mean they do their own thing? Well, what does that mean? What do they do?
Start to set their own rules.
So they're going to, so soon to be autonomous 5.
I think they've set some of their own rules, and they're going to set more. They're in the process of setting their own rules.
Like what?
Well, I think the Power 2 are going to pull away from the others and pay athletes.
No. Well, what have they set then? That's in the future.
They've driven the college football playoff.
Off a cliff?
Well, there is a little debate about that. MAC Commissioner John Steinbrecher, a member of the College Football Playoff Management Committee, sent a memo to his conference athletic directors disputing reports the College Football Playoff has agreed in principle to a new TV deal that was reportedly with ESPN for 6 years and $7.8 billion. Management Committee scheduled to convene again today to vote on the 5+7 model on the 12-team playoff. So 5 automatic bids and 7 at large instead of 6 and 6, basically reflecting the Pac-12 doesn't get an automatic
Washington
bid.
State and Oregon State, they got a 50-50 chance of making it then.
They're not going to get an automatic bid.
Well, if they're able to retain their status, yes, they could get that.
Well, that's what we should have like 100 conferences then, just a couple of teams.
Have the Utah Conference with the Cougars and the Utes.
Get Vanderbilt and Duke together. Winners in. Arizona hired Missouri AD Desiree Reed-Francois as their new athletic director. She was at Missouri for 3 years. Got her law degree from Arizona. She was also an AD at UNLV before going to Missouri. So go in there and help them straighten out that mess. Get that all figured out for the Wildcats. Iowa State offensive coordinator Nathan Scheelhaas, who's just 33 years old, is leaving the Cyclones for a job with the Rams. He'll be the Rams' pass game specialist on Sean McVay's staff. So he is out. A little Big 12 news for you there. DJ and PK.
Hashtag Major League Baseball.
I think the biggest thing right now is the easy way out is just ask for a trade. There might be a time, maybe. I really haven't thought about this, but when I signed that contract, I'm loyal. I want to win the championship here. The overall picture of winning a championship or getting to the playoffs here is bigger satisfaction bailing out and just taking the easy way out. So I think that's been my mindset. Maybe down the road if something's changed, but that's been my mindset ever since the trade speculations came up.
That's never been a top priority for me. This is a job, so I do this to make a living. My faith, my family come first before this job. So if those things come before it, I'm leaving.
Is it a priority?
Oh, it's a priority for sure. This is my job. I'm here, aren't I?
Do you want to be here?
I don't want to talk to you guys at 7 in the morning or whatever time it is. So.
Do you want to be here playing baseball?
I have answered your question. So why do you keep picking at it?
Oh, yeah, you technically answered it.
Thank you.
Angels Mike Trout and Anthony Rendon. Trout at spring training has no desire to be traded or leave the franchise currently. And Anthony Rendon, 4 years with the team. He's had some injuries. Baseball's never been the top priority. He plays the sport to make a living. The Angels, with Ohtani gone, seem like winning's a long way away. Will they be a surprise team? We've had it in baseball before. Got any reason to think they'd be a surprise team, PK?
Let me know what their pitching is, and then I'll get back to you on that. And I know they brought in a bunch of guys, so I don't expect them to be contending for anything. It's unfortunate for Trout. Rendon, the problem is he's had so many injuries. So by making this statement, it leads one to believe, that, you're not really serious about your rehab. You're getting guaranteed money. You've been getting massive money. You had a big World Series years ago, and you cashed in, and now you're just slacking. So it's a bad look. Clearly, everyone should say my family's a better priority than any employment. We understand that, but I think under the circumstances, he needed to massage that a little bit better and not come out so strong, given the fact that he's missed so many games, and his tenure with the Angels has been an absolute disaster because he's never come close to matching the expectation relative to the contract. So for sure, we understand the point, but under his circumstance, he probably should have done it better because it comes out like, I really don't give a crap.
He's never played more than 58 games in a season since signing that 7-year, $245 million.
And that's just a bad situation. If it had been Trout, who's had some injury issues himself here of late, you can get away with it. Or somebody else, like if a Kobe Bryant ever said that, no one would question his passion towards the game. But with Rendon saying it, you just wonder what's his passion because, are you really that hurt where you couldn't get out there, blah, blah, blah. So it's a bad look, and he's going to bring himself some grief if it happens again or if he doesn't produce this season. But that's his statement. Now he's got to live by it.
Washington Nationals owner Mark Lerner said his family is determined that we are not going to sell the team. The team was reportedly on the market for 2 years, but they didn't get the buyer they wanted at the price they wanted. It never came together, so the Lerners are holding on to the Washington Nationals.
Mark Lerner Jr. is thinking, sweet, I get to be somebody.
That is what is trending. There are the headlines. Coming up at 8:30, Kurt Schmidt, Real Salt Lake Sporting Director, Chief Soccer Officer, will join us to talk about the opener with Miami tomorrow night. Steve Cleveland, former BYU and Fresno State basketball coach, here at 9 o'clock to talk about the two big college basketball games coming up tonight at BYU and Utah State. It's a Utah Jazz Ticket Tuesday. We're going to be giving away tickets to see the Jazz and the Hornets when the Jazz return to action Thursday night at the Delta Center. Utah Jazz Ticket Tuesdays are brought to you by Utah Community Credit Union. Learn and earn the app paying your family to learn about money. UCCU, love where you bank. DJ PK, the question of the day is next. Stay with us.